East Lakeview today is so full of life and restaurants and shopping, so built up, that it's sort of hard to imagine that just over a century ago, acres of this neighborhood were still greenhouses and farm fields. There was a wholesale florist here, the Whitbolds. The Whitbold family were here until about 1914. They moved their fields to the northwest side, and they became developers. They built this enormous apartment building, so the neighborhood's going residential, but to service that wholesale center they had, they kept a retail space here. They created this flower shop. So this space was a flower shop from 1914 until the 90s when it went condo. It got these nice big new windows. When you walk by on the street today, you might imagine, because they're so big, that this was once a retail space, but you would never imagine what you're going to find inside. This is what you find. All of this amazing detail, craft detail from 1914 when this floor was the flower shop. That includes this great vestibule, still intact since the 1990s conversion. You've got these great oak pillars and the leaded glass. There's heraldry in the glass. You see flowers, but you also see knights, acorns, grapevines, not only there, but in the plaster trim around the top of this vestibule, the capitals of these columns, as well as the capitals, the larger capitals of the big columns that support the ceiling. And that ceiling, look at that, it soars up, it's got the brick pattern in it, and it's surrounded again by this plaster molding. Absolutely stunning, and all day lit from those big windows that were put in. So this entire floor that was the flower shop is now living and dining, divided by this arcade of beautiful columns. The dining room is huge. It's actually bigger than the living room because it doesn't have the vestibule, and it's got all that trim that we like so much on the other side, including a nice big nook where I can imagine they've got shelves. I can imagine a large piece of art that reflects what's going on in the room. So you've got all this space, and then at this end, there was originally a flower cooler, and I've seen pictures. It was framed out like that vestibule with the oak and the stained glass. That was all removed at the time of the conversion to condo, and something cooler was put in place of the cooler. This nice kitchen with beautiful slate tops, good hood, really nicely organized. But what you could do, because this is such a large space and that's so small, is you could expand. Maybe pull the island out, create some serving space or some informal dining. You're not going to give up much room because you've got a ton of it here. Around the corner, a powder room. And then here, where there once was an outdoor greenhouse, there's a porch. There was apparently a very large greenhouse. It was taken down to create parking out back of the building, but this condo got this nice, really broad porch. And what I like about it is they've hung these filtering screens so that you get privacy, you get daylight, you can really enjoy that space even though you're sitting above a parking lot. Up a half flight from that main level is a level with 2 bedrooms. Used to be 3. The present sellers took the rear 2 bedrooms and combined them into one very large one. It's the biggest in the condo, but it's not treated as the master bedroom. It has a smaller bath than this. However, it also has a very large dressing room. So you could make that the master, or you're going to use this one because you've got a nice big new bath and all this light from these windows. I love this. I feel like I'm surrounded in light even though I'm in this busy neighborhood. Now there's this wall of windows, and it is slightly awkward because they don't go to the top. They start at the bottom. But one thing you could do, you've got this soffit here, is maybe you'd hang floor-to-ceiling curtains so that it obscures the fact that the windows don't go all the way up. Otherwise, though, great room. And then again from the main level, you can go down. Below here is where the flower shop probably had storage and things like that. You went through this wonderful arch. What's down there now is 2 bedrooms, one in the front with its own bath, and in the back is the only bedroom of the 4 in this condo that doesn't have its own bath. It also doesn't have any street-facing windows, so maybe you make that a media room or something else. Because you're on 3 levels in this condo, it feels more like a single-family home than like a standard condo, and you really feel that as you go out to the garage. The condo has its own 2-car garage attached. You go straight to it from your home, and to get there, you go down a hallway that the present owners have bikes in, but you could put your sports equipment, your strollers, whatever it is you need to go out and enjoy the life of this busy neighborhood.